It's like Donald or
So 10 years ago, I was out on this property. This is my brother-in-law's property in South Alabama, and I'm here for Thanksgiving. So I had a subscriber about 3 months ago reach out and said, I'd like to see an update. And I said, good idea, thanks for the recommendation. Here I am, I'm giving you an update from a video I did 10 years ago that said how to grow oaks from acorns. And it was filmed right here. Well, at my house, started with acorns, and then we planted here. Now, funny story. Right after we bought the tree tubes, prepared the soil, dug all the holes, got the fertilizer to get these things going, we were also planting a burn on the back of his, like 40 acres of some longleaf pine that he's on a burn program to do. So we did it, and there was this dead tree hanging up by his house, and I'm gonna show you his house up in a minute. If you saw it at the beginning of the video on the drive in, he and his family ended up building a house and getting a lot of animals on this place. So it's not strictly recreational, it's actually a home site. But the fire burned through. There was a tree that was standing and was holding fire inside the tree, and later that night with the wind, it caught the pasture on fire and burned up maybe 60 or 70 tree tubes, all the seedlings we did. And we also have right here, you can see on the other video, we've had these sawtooth oaks. They did well, still did well. We lost a couple right here, not doing as well, and down here in the valley. But overall, he has this tree-lined driveway, which is gorgeous. He's also ended up finishing a lot more of the pasture, just cleaning it up. I mean, when you live here, you have time to do things like that. So the property is very polished now. But here is an update on many of the trees we planted, sawtooth. The sawtooth actually did really well, made for a gorgeous driveway, tree-lined driveway going in on a curved gravel drive. And there's a few more trees right here. There are some white oaks right along the fence line. We'll go over there in a minute. The pecan trees are not doing well. He's lost a handful of these. They were not doing well when we planted them a while back, but since he's been here, he's put up a barn, bought some of the implements to farm this place. But you know, you guys know I'm a big fan of, I think, Mossy Oak Native Nurseries. They have a lot of great products, and I've used every year. I usually buy a handful of seedlings for them, and they do really well. Recently I've been doing acorns as well, so not buying as much. But here are some Native Nurseries, and I cannot remember the exact type of trees they are, but I think it's like a Nuttall oak, a couple hybrid trees right here. Now once we ended up putting, or my brother-in-law put cattle on it here, they will nibble at these trees. You can see they're fertilizing it now. I don't have to fertilize anymore, but every year for the last 10 years I have tried to trim these trees some. Oh, this is a chestnut. You can see right here. I forgot. Oh, still fruit on the ground. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. You know, my son loves these, so yeah, I can't believe the cows are not smashing these right now. Huh, interesting. So chestnut, I'm not sure which variety. This is chestnut too. So as you can see, I don't remember what all we planted, but these chestnuts are doing a-okay. Wow. He hasn't even told me about this. So, and then here's another one. This is not the most ideal soil to plant in, but this is some type of white oak variety right here. And hopefully, I'm filming now, hopefully I have those video clips from when I first planted these. Most of this, as all South Alabama land, is pine trees, loblolly a lot, and then longleaf pine. Here's a white oak that's standing. I had 5 or 6 of them right here. They didn't make it, just this one made it. Oh, that's going to be like a sawtooth. Not a sawtooth, that's going to be like a white oak, white chestnut oak, or white water swamp oak. That's what this one's going to be. You can see the leaves are small. Deer have rubbed it. But here's the update. I'll show you a little bit more of the property. I also have my little tiny cabin here. A couple of videos on that on my channel. It's back here in the back. So I'm going to go check out it and make sure it's still weatherproof, no leaks, and it hasn't been for a decade now. So it's built basically like a tiny house, a legit tiny house. But I'll show you that, and hopefully you enjoyed this update on the trees and the pasture and all that stuff. And this was requested by Simply Living Outdoors. I guess a guy that's watched me a little bit over the years and made the recommendation to or the request to get an update. So thanks. Another upgrade he added since we planted those trees was this big barn for animals and equipment, and it turned out nice. So with the animals, as I mentioned, they have tons: cattle, horses, goats, chickens, ducks. And then he thankfully allowed me to put my little cabin, which, by the way, is one of the best projects I think I've ever done. It's an 8x12. It was a hunting cabin at the time, but loved the finishes, loved the design, practicality of it. And this was really at the beginning of the tiny house movement. So, but here it is underneath these oaks. So see what it looks like. Perfect spot in my opinion. It gets good sunlight underneath these mossy oaks, which is in the southern part of the United States is always really cool. Down here by a creek at the bottom. So there we go. Should be open. Had a spot to hang electrical area or hose. This is my generator plug-in right here. Have these steps. Call this a boot remover, and a little light. This is cedar, so it's good. I mean, it's weathered, but I should have put more of a lip, and if I want to, I can always pop these off and replace it. This is a fiberglass door, so not wood. This is wood, so I may have to replace these jambs at some point. But bumblebees. I don't have lights in here right now, but if I have my generator on, I'd click this on. Just how I left it. The kids have used it. It's a Robin Hood I had. So you can see these bees. These are carpenter bees too. I'd be curious to see if they got into some of this wood, maybe. But again, this is all wood, so if I needed to replace this, I could. Bunk beds in the back. A little shelf for that. Goodness. I don't see holes. I mean, I see bees. I have a roof vent up there. But I don't see like holes from like carpenter bees in my 2x4s. I don't know. I'll put a little protection right there. Is that a snake, guys? I can't tell. I doubt it. But is it? No. I don't think. I think it's a cord. Yes, cord. But but this thing was awesome. Still is awesome. Stainless steel, cedar board siding, laminate flooring. So this stuff, if you could smell this, it smells perfect. I did add some, let me see if I can, shotgun shell little casings for decor, like right here. Love that. I moved the mattress, and now I do have this heater, which is way too toasty for this. A small gas heater, propane, goes out to the side. This is my, again, my dual purpose shower. Don't know how I would open it now, but just runs out into the bottom. I just got a trash can in here, but runs out to the bottom. So the idea is that you would heat your water. The hose would come over here on a battery generated faucet, so you could squirt it and then shower quickly. I have some water reserve down here to pour your water. It's a little bread toaster. I had 4 slices of bread. Put it on top of your fire, and this baby from Suburban works real well. Just a light, high to low, left and right, 2-burner stove. Some little cheap shelving, little decor. Got my little archery set up right here. Do have a fan if it gets hot, light and fan from Hunter. That's fitting for the hunting cabin. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a CO2 detector. You need this if you're going to be here sleeping with this heater every night. But we'll go take a look on the outside real quick. Like I said, this was built like a house. Hurricane straps right here, everywhere. Cedar, just pretty cool decor. Nice little windows, ventilation. This is all cedar too. Everything's cedar, so it obviously smells great all the time. Back in the day, before technology was out, I think this was built 10 or 12 years ago. Magazine rack, got all my latest bow gear, archery gear, magazines from there, Cabela's, and just whatever. I got just one outlet. I'm sorry, 2 outlets. Got one here, one in the kitchen. But need to get rid of these carpenter bees, or just bees, period. They must not be carpenter bees, because I don't see holes in anything. So I guess they're just bees that get in from up here. But let's go. We'll take a look on the outside. This was, I forget what this is. It's like a 25-year LP siding. It's like this is pretty good. My roof's good. That's good. And if you watch my other video, I'll put this on skids, so you can drag this baby around with the tractor anywhere. No damage on the bottom. Looks like my little window seals on the bottom came off or were removed. Here's the gas I was telling you about. Looks like that's bent. I had to get that fixed, but I need to put something to cover that. There we go. And there she is. The Allen built tiny home hunting cabin. Check it out on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is just an update. Thanksgiving weekend in southern Alabama with some family. Updating you on the trees I planted 10 years ago. The cabin I built like 12 years ago. And just had a lot of fun with all those projects. So if you like some of this content, subscribe. Check out my YouTube channels, and you can check out all these videos as well. So thanks again. So I was watching the video last night to make sure I could capture the same footage, kind of where I was standing 10 years ago. And I just so happened to have the same shirt, my flag football shirt, championship shirt from when I was in college down here. Had it, put it back on, thought it'd be kind of funny. Let me know if you noticed that in the video earlier, that I'm wearing the same shirt I was 10 years ago.